Hello and welcome, everyone. My name is Sharon Barnes. I'm your platform outbound product manager and today's host, and I am thrilled to kick off the session right here at the top of the hour. We have an incredible session lined up today with David, and I can't wait for us to dive in. But before we get started, let me share just a few quick logistics. These presentations are crafted with you in mind, and our goal is to inspire you with fresh ideas, practical use cases that are going to elevate your understanding of our platform tools. Now, let's get to the good stuff. I am thrilled to introduce our amazing speaker, David Ha, who will take us on a journey through what's new for mobile in Zurich. Without further ado, take it away, David.
Thanks, Sharon. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our Platform Academy. My name is David Ha, and I'm an outbound product manager at ServiceNow. Today's going to be a very special session in which we're going to cover what's new for mobile in Zurich. And we're going to start with a quick overview on the mobile platform for a quick refresher. Hopefully, this isn't a completely new concept for many of you. But then after that, I'll start diving into new features for Zurich. For folks who do stick around till the very end, we'll definitely open up to some Q&A and then also answer any questions that come up along the way. Okay. And then feel free to please let us know in the polls, how familiar you are with mobile as well as how familiar you are with AI with mobile. You'll see that a lot of these new features coming in Zurich and beyond, we're heavily investing into AI. Okay. So here is our mobile offering into a nutshell, not to dive into too many of these details, but we do offer two mobile apps. You have mobile agents on the left, and then you have now mobile on the right. Agent is our app which we've built to consolidate all of our fulfiller workflows. And to give you examples, we have ITSM agent, incident management, field service management, or maybe even asset management. On the flip side, you have Now Mobile, which contains all of your employee workflows. And this is the base system app or the base system app for Now Mobile is usually the employee experience, right? So that's basically an extension of your service portal, or you might have upgraded to Employee Center, but this was built to be optimized for your mobile app. And so things that you'll get out of the box include things like approvals, catalog items, knowledge base, quick links, and things like that. And depending what you're entitled to, you'll also gain access to other employee workflows such as HR service delivery, onboarding, indoor wayfinding, and so forth. To see a complete list of all the out-of-the-box experiences that we have today, on the left, again, you have your fulfiller experiences for agent, and then on the right, employee for Now Mobile. And just a reminder for maybe folks who aren't as familiar with our mobile platform. But these apps are just a way to containerize your workflows by different personas, agent versus employee. And depending on your app strategy, or maybe how you want to maintain your apps, consolidation of any of these experiences is totally possible. And so let's say that you are a FSM customer and you're trying to use the FSM field service management agent app as a starting point. You can also borrow things that are pre-built from other experiences, such as ITSM or asset management. You can move things around, you can consolidate apps. All of that is possible. And if you wanted to have one single app, that is totally possible as well. And of course, with our mobile apps, you have the flexibility being on the Now platform. And so we arm you with this simple no low code builder that will allow you to extend existing workflows, or if you wanted to build new experiences from scratch with your own custom tables, that is possible as well. These are all of our builder products that allow you to configure and manage your ServiceNow mobile apps. Mobile app builder being the main configuration tool. You have card builder to customize cards and templates using lists and forms. And then mobile publishing, which allows you to build custom versions of our mobile apps, often with your own mobile branding, as well as preferred distribution model, depending on whether you want to distribute your apps privately or publicly. We also have user experience analytics, which is what you'll use to monitor engagement within your apps. It has this powerful out-of-the-box dashboard that will help you understand how your users are using your apps. And then it will also give you clues and patterns on how you can build better engagement funnels for your end users. And then here you have all of our underlying platform features and capabilities that make up your ServiceNow mobile apps. From screens to functions to native capabilities, we also have features that help optimize on user engagement, as well as the underlying infrastructure that make up our mobile platform. And so this is a baseline of all the major features that you have in your mobile arsenal that will allow you to build and customize your mobile workflows. And again, I'm not going to go through any one of these because this is basically, I'm showing you what our offering has as of today. Today's focus is really on new features, but just know that all these features that you see on this list, you can look up on product docs, and we do have a lot of academies that have covered a lot of these topics as well. These next few slides are really just to highlight existing key capabilities. So these are just some examples of what you can do native, from customizable home pages to native charts and dashboards, asset scanning use cases, maps and navigation, or maybe even being able to navigate between different campuses and buildings with indoor wayfinding. We also have features that will help you build further user engagement with end users, from in-app branding and theming to mobile campaigns and push notifications. I think what's key here is, each and every release, we're always looking for ways to optimize on mobile experiences to deliver better UX experiences for your users. And then also art if possible. I like showing this slide just to show you the different use cases beyond our out of the box apps. If you wanted to build a very custom app that looks nothing like ServiceNow, that is totally possible. We also support features that enable use cases like proactive validations. If you wanted to use barcode as a starting point, which will kick off other workflows, that is totally possible as well. We even support unauthenticated users to be able to access your mobile app for specific conditions and use cases. So let's say that you are the city of a certain country and you wanted to use your mobile app to be able to have citizens to pull up specific things. They don't even need to create accounts. They can access information from your ServiceNow instance without even logging in. And so use cases like that is supported as well. With AI headlining and being the front cover of all things ServiceNow recently, I also want to point out that, mobile is following right behind, and we're heavily investing into this area as well. Just to highlight a few, mobile supports Now Assist for both search and your virtual agent experiences. Just from enhanced search results to auto generating record summaries to getting actionable insights from chat. The goal with mobile really is, whatever major AI use case that you have on the Now platform, mobile should be able to support those as well. We're typically just one or two releases away from supporting AI use cases that make the most sense to be on mobile. And then here is a summary slide of all the Now Assist features that we support on mobile today. This list will continue to grow with each release. You have AI features to support search, to support chat, also to support our builder tools, and it's even deeply embedded into our workflows like input form screen, record summarization, and side chat summarization as well. But that pretty much wraps up the overview of our platform and existing capabilities so far. Next, what I'm going to walk you through are the latest updates that we made to improve our mobile apps in Zurich, starting with the platform features, and then I'll move on to Now Assist features in Zurich as well. So the first of our release in Zurich is the improvements that we made on input form screens. We've basically redesigned input form screens to make them easier to use and for them to be more intuitive. First, with contextual guidance, we have these descriptive cards that now provide context for each section. So users know exactly what's needed when they input whatever that they're doing. You also have page navigation. Users can jump between pages freely. Even if fields are incomplete, a new page menu shows the progress of whatever they're trying to complete and also lets users go directly to any page. And then you also have intuitive number entry with sliders, which just makes it easier to enter numeric values using customizable ranges and defaults. And then all these updates that are happening around input form screens are really just to give users more clarity, more control, and convenience, making your mobile workflows smoother and smarter. We're also improving error handling when it comes to attachments. We've made these enhancements to improve the reliability as well as giving users more control. Specific enhancements include retrying failed uploads so that you never have to start over again, where you're also able to replace files without deleting them so that you can swap in new versions. We also have breadcrumbs for failed uploads that'll show exactly where things will go wrong so that your users can fix issues faster. And then you also have camera backups so that it keeps your photos safe during upload, and then source tracking, which basically just shows where each file comes from, whether it's from your camera or from your gallery, and that just gives you better control and troubleshooting. These are more minor features that also came in Zurich's release. I won't go through each and every one of these, but do you know that all of this is covered in our product docs release notes? A few things that I'll call out is maybe, we now support Coral theming for mobile, which aligns with, some of the Coral theming that you might have on platform. It should look close or almost identical. Mobile app builder live previews. We're now supporting these previews on legacy cards, chart screens, launcher screens, and mobile web screens. And then attachments and external content sources can now be viewed and opened as part of your standard search results. So, being able to see attached PDFs in your search or maybe even SharePoint links, that's now supported in Zurich. New icons, that's something that customers always ask for. If you go to our product docs, we'll show you exactly where new icons have been added, whether it's for your actions or for mobile cart font icons and so forth. Moving on to Now Assist features. And I really want to highlight these next couple ones. Mobile Lens. This is a new capability that will allow users to snap a photo or upload an image, and Lens will be able to analyze it. It'll extract key text, and it can even do things like compare documents side by side, and it'll give you resolution steps on how you can fix it or how to solve something. And just to highlight this demo here, this is an example of launching Now Assist to pull up ServiceNow Lens. Give it a second to pull up ServiceNow Lens, and basically it's going to ask you if you want to take a live photo or upload an image. And then we are going to take a photo of this equipment here. We can imagine if I'm like an agent out in the field working on something. I'll take a photo of this equipment and then it'll take some time to process. But basically, it's going to ask a follow-up question. And I'm going to say something like, extract the issue and diagnose the problem without even having further previous knowledge to what this equipment is. It'll be able to diagnose it for you. And just to skip a little bit so that we go straight to the resolution, it's going to it's going to spit out a summary of the issue and the next steps. And so this is a new Now Assist capability that, will empower your agents and users to be able to capture and analyze visual data, things like images, emails, contracts, physical equipment. And it's going to be able to unlock use cases like image recognition, text extraction, and basically just make your teams make faster decisions and reduce a lot of that manual effort. So a pretty powerful capability. We also have mobile doc Q&A. This is a new capability that will also allow you to upload any document or file, like contracts, maybe a manual, or even a report, and it'll give you an instant summary or answers that's based on its content. And just to give you a quick demo of that, to pull up the doc Q&A workflow, it's very similar. When we open up Now Assist, instead of selecting ServiceNow Lens, it's just going to ask you to upload a photo or upload a file. And even as something as ambiguous as taking this, zoom in photo of my keyboard, it will still be able to look into my request. And then I'm just going to zoom through so that we don't have to wait for the processing of this. And then it's going to ask, some options on what I want to do with this image. And basically what I'll do is I'll ask, what type of keyboard is this? And Doc Q&A will be able to type of keyboard, skip a little bit of this, and it'll be able to look into my request and be able to give me an answer. And it'll tell me that it's a MacBook keyboard. And even though this was a very zoomed in photo, it's able to give me a very accurate answer, even though it was super ambiguous. So again, very powerful new analysis feature. A question that might come up every now and then is, what is the difference between Lens versus Doc Q&A for mobile anyways? And the main thing is that Lens only supports images and photos. And then in the future, next quarter Q4, it's also going to be able to support spitting out inputs for your input form screens. And so you'll be able to autofill inputs or be able to capture summaries into your input form screens in Q4. While Doc Q&A, what it's able to support is just images and files, and it's more like a Q&A tool. So you're going to upload an image, and then you're going to ask a question, and they'll be able to answer your question depending on what you ask it. Okay, so Lens is more of, it can give you resolution steps and it's actionable, while the other one being more of a Q&A tool. Now Assist skill kits for mobile. So with skill kit integration, you can now add AI powered summaries directly into your mobile input form screens. Previous to this, only field service management customers could auto summarize closure notes, but now you can build your own skills to summarize whatever field that you want, such as work notes, comments, incident descriptions, even change risk explanations. There's no need to wait for ServiceNow to build it for you and for us to release it. This really just gives your admins more control on what you want to do and where you can apply it. So you can just plug in your custom skill kit summarizer and then let Now Assist do that work. So just for it. Oh yeah. So this is an example of summarizing resolution notes. And then lastly, these are the remaining minor features that also came in Q3 with Now Assist. You have web search for Now Assist and Virtual Agent. And up until now, Now Assist can only answer questions using your company's internal data, but starting in Q3, it will also pull in relevant web results, giving users more complete and accurate answers. You also have Now Assist for search. We've enhanced it to include external content and attachments. Search will now include external sources such as SharePoint, Google Drive, files from Box. And you also get icon indicators that'll make it easy for you to show your external search sources when you're doing things in search. And that pretty much highlights everything that I wanted to show for mobile in Zurich as of Q3. Just to point out additional resources to wrap up, these are great resources for you to get started and to dive deeper into your implementations. We have our Mobile Horizon site, which provides guidance on UX design best practices. We have our Customer Success Center to get started, mobile community for self-enablement, and then Mobile Figma library, something that not a lot of customers are familiar with, but I do want to point this out. This helps showcase all of our available components. That super long list that I showed earlier for native features on screens, functions, and all that, you'll be able to see Figma library of all those components and what you can do with them. And so it'll give you a better idea on how you can build your mobile apps. Highly recommend checking that out. And we will also be sharing the slide deck, so you can grab the hyperlinks directly from the slides if it's easier. Let's go ahead and wrap up with questions. Going to look at the chat real quick. Any questions in Q&A? Let's see. Speaking about new icons, has the icon library been updated to include latest social logos? For example, Twitter logo. So it depends on where you want to apply the icon. For example, if you're trying to apply icons on your navigation bar, that is still strict to using just our ServiceNow library. However, there is a feature that we released quite like a couple years ago, and if you're trying to apply images on your icon sections, those icon sections can be any image. And so if you wanted to upload your Twitter logo, that's totally possible. So it really just depends on where you want to apply that icon. And then Docs will be able to give you that guidance on what you can do and where you can apply it. How is Lens different from Google Lens? And yeah, what is the difference between mobile lens and Google Lens? That is a great question. I can't answer the technical answer off the spot, like, which LLM it's using and all that. But I can say that, we did have a feature called photo search that was using an API from Google Lens. And in the past, all you were able to do was pull up, you're able to pull up your live camera, take a photo of something, and then it'll tell you what that object is. But with our latest mobile lens, it can go another step beyond that. It can give you actionable steps on what you can do with it. So if you're trying to diagnose something or troubleshoot something, even if you were an engineer without any prior knowledge, it would be able to spit out those answers for you. So that's how I see it. Is it included in licensed applications for mobile lens? So mobile, when it comes to any features for mobile, whatever your license from the platform, mobile will specific to mobile, we don't require any additional license to use. So if you already have a license to use Doc-Q&A, for example, then you should be able to use it for mobile, if that makes sense. Is mobile lens using Now LLM to extract and analyze this image? So if your Now Sys is using Now, mobile is also using the same, if that makes sense. But we are using Now Assist. Any other questions? For Now Assist, changes around being able to search web data. Will that be configurable in any way, or will it always pull from all external resources? To my knowledge, as of today, it's not configurable. By default, it will pull all external resources, as well as sources from your corporate internal data as well. But that is great. That would be a great enhancement idea, if that is something that's important to you. So definitely share that with your account team to pull up maybe like an idea request. The mobile Figma library QR did not work for you. Shoot, the link might have changed. When we upload this deck to community, I'll make sure that the QR code works. Thanks for catching that. Any other questions? Maybe something from chat that I missed. Let's see. The mobile scan on image analysis, is it using Now? Yes, I think I just answered that question. Yeah, I think that's it. I'm going to pass it back to you, Sharon, to wrap up, if no other questions.
Sounds excellent. And thank you for your expertise. All right, so going into future Academy sessions that we have coming up, next Tuesday, we will be doing Security Center. I don't know if y'all ever have that moment when you're like, what day is it? Where are we in the week? And I just had one of those moments. But Tuesday, we'll be going over our new Security Center features for Zurich. And then on Thursday, we'll have Tosin bringing us Service Catalog and what improvements there have been there. So we appreciate you joining us for our What's New in Zurich series as it continues. Also, you've already found our Platform Academy. Just want to make sure you also have awareness of our other academies. We've got ones that feature on AI, platform analytics, as well as process mining. For more information, you can either use the QR code or the website that we have posted here. And as ever, your feedback is vitally important to us. So we hope that you will go ahead and reach out. Take advantage of our platform owner / admin feedback sessions. Once again, the QR code or the website will get you to the form. Takes about 2-3 minutes to fill in, and then we will follow up with setting up a time at your convenience for maybe an hour-long call to just get that feedback and find out your insights of the platform and what you wish it would do better or differently, or that you love and you want us to keep going for. And last but not least, I always want to make sure we mention these 3 additional resources for our platform. One is ServiceNow Impact. We've got our ServiceNow University and, of course, the Expert Services community. That said, once again, thank you, David, for coming and joining us with your insights and expertise. And thank you to all of you who joined us for our presentation today. Have a beautiful Thursday and a happy weekend.